Mark Wahlberg's latest movie, Arthur the King, was recently released in theaters, but the film's performance confirms a harsh reality following his 8 most recent releases. Wahlberg has turned into a household name after getting his acting start in 1993, and he's had many hits over the years. However, his most recent film continues a worrying trend in the actor's career. Arthur the King is based on a true story and sees Wahlberg playing a real-life athlete and adventurer Michael Light. Despite garnering some praise for his performance, the overall mixed response shown towards the film hints that Wahlberg's best movies may be behind him. More concerning is that Arthur the King follows a rather undesirable pattern that has emerged in Wahlberg's career in recent years, and it's to do with the film's box office. Arthur the King further shows Mark Wahlberg is no longer a box office draw. The actor doesn't have the same level of influence he used to. Mark Wahlberg made a name for himself as a leading man in the 1990s and 2000s. Many of his films, including Boogie Nights, Planet of the Apes, The Departed, and Ted, all proved to be hits. Nevertheless, the actor's career has taken a downward turn of late, and Arthur the King's poor box office performance only reaffirms this. So far during the 2020s, Wahlberg has only had one real hit, 2022's Uncharted. However, Uncharted's association with a popular video game franchise, as well as Tom Holland's starring role, were likely greater factors in the film's success. Despite formerly being a relatively reliable box office draw, nowadays, Wahlberg is arguably seen as more of a streaming star. Of his last 8 movies, 4 of them, The Family Plan, Me Time, Infinite, and Spencer Confidential, were released directly onto streaming platforms. Wahlberg's next film, The Unicorn, which is due to be released later this year, will be the actor's 3rd Netflix film in 4 years. A lack of box office success, compounded by Arthur the King's underwhelming reviews, as well as a shift to streaming, demonstrates that Wahlberg is no longer the massive movie star he once was. Mark Wahlberg's next theatrical release could fix his box office streak. There might still be hope for him yet. Stu waving to his father in Father Stu. Aside from Unicorn, Mark Wahlberg has another film in the pipeline. Flight Risk will reunite Wahlberg with Mel Gibson, his Father Stu co-star, who is set to direct the film. Despite being a highly controversial figure, Gibson has a surprisingly solid box office record. All 5 of the titles he's directed have been financially successful, which is promising for Wahlberg. Additionally, Flight Risk, which is described as a thriller, appears to be similar in nature to the kind of Wahlberg film that would have previously made over $100 million, meaning his losing streak may soon be over.